Congressman Pocan is the co-chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, along with Pramila Jayapal. And he also represents the 2nd District of Wisconsin in the U.S. House of Representatives. His website is Pocan, Pocan.house.gov, and you can tweet him at Rep. Mark Pocan. Congressman, welcome back.
Hey, Tom. Thanks. Glad to be here.
Great having you. And, as people start to call in to ask you questions or lobby you on their issues, maybe I shouldn't use that word, but you get the point. In any case, I'm wondering what you think about Al Green's resolution. I went to his website this morning, which is algreen.house.gov, and his 2017 resolution is on his website, but he doesn't have his new resolution on his own website, which caused me to scratch my head and wonder if this is he reintroducing the one from 2017, or does he have a brand new one? What's the deal? What's the politics of this? How does this play out? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think, Tom, a lot of time, as you know, listeners call up and are wondering why we're not moving on impeachment. I think 80 some of us now have said we should start the impeachment inquiry, but Leader Pelosi has been reluctant, and I think that's quite honestly because she's counting heads and trying to get witnesses in some other ways while she's counting heads. And I think this measure does have to get a vote today or tomorrow in the House of Representatives, and this may be the single best way for listeners who've asked me this over the weeks to find out who is saying let's move forward with impeachment and who is not, and that gives you an idea where you have to work on members, because as much as I may want to start the impeachment inquiry, if the votes aren't there, the votes aren't there, and this may be a way to get a test, at least to take a look at who seems to be supportive of moving that direction and who's not. So that absolutely will be a vote in the next day or two. And I think people should really look closely to then decide the next steps they need to take if they believe strongly that we need to do impeachment.
Yeah. Our number, by the way, 202-808-9925. Your questions for Congressman Pocan, the co-chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. How is this playing generally? I mean, in fact, let me ask you this question that I was going to toss into the second hour of the program today as well. Eric Trump was on Fox yesterday, and basically, or last night, basically saying that calling his dad a racist is the best thing that could happen, that it's essentially part of their electoral strategy. He didn't come right out and say, we want the racist vote, but is there, he said there's a great, or words to the effect of, there's a great danger to Democrats in going down this road. What are your thoughts on this, just purely as political strategy?
Yeah, I mean, purely as political strategy, Donald Trump has the vote of racists, period, right? There's no question. If there is a base that's 100% with anyone, it's going to be Donald Trump, right, when it comes to that base of the vote. But those are the people that come to his rallies, so he feels good. Those are the people that buy his hats, so he profits from them. And that seems to be often, he thinks, when he's supposedly the president of the United States, he's definitely the president of his base. So in Eric Trump's world, maybe, that satisfies that aspect of it. But, I mean, you've got all sorts of people coming out condemning the president for those unbelievably racist comments, including Republicans, including other world leaders, conservative world leaders, and others. And I think, that's the big difference. They don't quite get that. They've been so laser focused on their base that among their base, of course, they're more excited. But I think most people look at that, and you can't tell someone to go back to where you came from when you came from the United States, right? I mean, that's clearly for women of color. You are sending a different message. Everyone gets it, and there's no longer a subtext to what he says. He just outright said something racist.
At the same time, though, you've got Steve Scalise came out this morning and said, we always respected President Obama. I mean, it's literally what he said. He says, we used the word president when we referred to him. Rudy Giuliani in 2015 said, I don't believe Obama loves America. John Boehner was the first Speaker of the House in the history of the United States to say to a sitting president, no, you may not address a joint session of Congress on the date of your choice. Joe Wilson yelled, you lie, at Obama during an address to Congress. Doug Lamborn, a Republican of Colorado, called Obama a tar baby. Mark Meadows said it was time to, the Republican from North Carolina said it was time to send Obama home to Kenya. You know, the Republican leaders in 2015 invited Benjamin Netanyahu over to speak before Congress without even notifying the president. They kept it secret until the last minute. David Perdue, the senator from Georgia, said that, you know, prayed that Obama's days would be few and let him have and let another have his office. I mean, this is literally a prayer that he offered. A House Republican staffer said Sasha and Malia should show a little class. Jim Sensenbrenner said that Michelle Obama, quote, lectures us on eating right while she has a large posterior herself. How do these guys get away with saying that we respected Obama and this is disrespectful of Trump? I don't get it.
Yeah. And I don't remember Barack Obama telling anyone to go back to their country or any other comment that was, in a way, condemning a group of people simply for who they are. And, you know, they're not passing the smell test. I mean, if anything, this has shown us that the Republican Party is no longer a conservative political party, but it is now more of a cult around someone named Donald Trump. And they're so afraid of Donald Trump and that racist element of the base that loves Donald Trump that they're afraid to take him on, and which is, you know, really destructive to the Republican Party, period. And I think you do find some Republicans being willing to say that, especially unelected ones.